Malik Nabers is a weapon. Plain and simple, this guy can score from anywhere. And in a normal draft, he would be wide receiver 1, but he has insane competition this year, not only from Marvin Harrison Jr. and Rome Odunze, but the rest of this stacked wide receiver class as well. Malik stands 6 foot even and is around 200 pounds. He reminds me in a lot of ways of a thinner DJ Moore. He was an immediate impact player as a true freshman at LSU, but took his game to another level in 2023. He caught 89 passes for 1,569 yards and 14 touchdowns. He was the most dynamic receiver in the nation this year. I watched every game of LSU's 2023 film and a couple of games of Nabers' 2022 and 2021 seasons. I rewatched a ton of the 2023 film multiple times, as I was also scouting Brian Thomas Jr. and Jaden Daniels as well. Today I'm giving my full scouting report on LSU's dynamic playmaker, Malik Nabers. First, we're going to start with his strengths. His ability to start and stop is simply unmatched by any receiver in the draft this year. He's also the best route runner in this draft class. He has home run speed. He's always a threat to take the top off of defenses. On top of that, he's a freak athlete. He came in at number 33 on Bruce Feldman's freaks list. He has explosive power with a 40-inch vertical leap, allowing him to play much bigger than his size at times. His movement skills are elite. He has insane explosiveness. His quick twitch athleticism and elite ability to change gears is something you just have to see on tape. He has elite short area quickness and an ability to just make guys miss. He's also elite at getting separation. His speed is legit. He has incredible concentration and ball tracking skills, allowing him to make some circus catches and fantastic sideline catches as well. Anytime he gets the ball in his hands, he's a guy who can take it to the house. To me, he's more of a make guys miss type than a guy who breaks a ton of tackles, but he was best in the nation at broken tackle percentage. I think it's because he's so slippery and quick. He also understands leverage, and he's able to box defenders out and make contested catches through contact. His contested catch ability is extremely impressive for his size. He's just so quick. With explosive speed, he goes 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye, and he can cut on a dime. He's almost impossible to cover one-on-one. It's hard to find weaknesses in Malik's game. The biggest concern to me was the limited route tree he ran at LSU. While I don't doubt he's capable of running every route in the tree, what he ran at LSU did not showcase that. He also does play bigger than his size, but I'd prefer a bigger guy if I'm the Bears taking a wide receiver in the top 10. Nabers struggles with press coverage, and that's a concern going against bigger, more physical corners at the NFL level. But let's look at his advanced stats. I gave him a 94.8 draft grade. Draft Buzz gives him a 92.0. He was top 10 in the nation in yards per target, yards per route run, first down conversion percentage, and broken tackle percentage. He also only had a 4% drop rate, and he's great at making those contested catches. The biggest thing that stood out to me when I was looking at the advanced analytics is he only averaged 6.74 yards after the catch. That was good for 37th best in the nation. For a guy who's supposed to be a yak monster, I just didn't see it. I had multiple people comment on my Marvin Harrison Jr. scouting report about how Marv was bad at getting yards after the catch, and that's why Malik Nabers was the best receiver in the draft. I don't like narratives, so let's throw out a fun fact here. Malik Nabers averaged 6.74 yards after catch this season, while Marvin Harrison Jr. averaged 6.4 yards after the catch. Not much of a difference there at all, especially if Malik's supposed to be so much better after the catch. Meanwhile, the real Yak King was Malachi Corley. He averaged over 8.6 yards per catch after the catch. But Malik Nabers is extremely dangerous with the ball in his hands. But he barely got more yards after catch than Marv did, and that's supposed to be his specialty and Marv's weakness. I'm not trying to take anything away from Malik Nabers here. I just don't like narratives. Nabers is better at getting yards after the catch than Marv is, but not by much. And if you really want a yak guy, his name is Malachi Corley. Nabers did lead the league in yards per route run. He gets as much separation as any receiver in the nation. That's what really stands out on tape for me when it comes to Malik Nabers. But to me, he's way more Antonio Brown or Stephon Diggs than he is a Deebo Samuel. He gets his yards after catch by being explosive, twitchy, and juking guys, not running through them. Even though he was top 10 in the nation in broken tackle percentage, I don't know how well that will translate to the NFL. So let's talk about how he fits the Chicago Bears. I believe Malik can fit any offense in the entire NFL. He's a dynamic playmaker, capable of scoring from anywhere on the field. With DJ Moore already on the roster, I would prefer Marvin Harrison Jr. or Rome Odunze over Malik Nabers. As prospects, all three are blue chip players, but I have Marvin Harrison Jr. at 1, Rome Odunze at 2, and Malik Nabers coming in at number 3. It's not that he wouldn't also instantly upgrade our offense, but I'd like to have a guy that complements DJ Moore's skill set. To me, I'd prefer drafting a bigger guy, especially with so many options in this year's draft, like Marv, like Rome Odunze. And then you add in other guys, Adonai Mitchell, Nabers' own teammate Brian Thomas Jr., Keon Coleman, Brendan Rice, and more. But that doesn't mean we can't draft Nabers and then get a bigger guy like a Brendan Rice or an Xavier Legette on day 2. And the fact that Nabers plays so much bigger than his size and he has that 40-inch vertical, maybe it's not as much of a concern as most people make it out to be, but I simply think Marv and Odunze are better fits for the Bears. The bottom line here, though, is that Malik Nabers is a dynamic playmaker who should make an immediate impact in the NFL no matter where he goes. I came into my evaluation calling him a DJ Moore clone, but after watching all of his tape, I'm left seeing flashes of DJ Moore, but with a comparison more along the lines of Stephon Diggs or Garrett Wilson with a little bit of Antonio Brown sprinkled in. Not the off-the-field stuff either. He has all the tools to be a superstar at the next level, but he will need to continue fine-tuning and developing his skill set. He doesn't have the freakish size and catch radius that Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Odunze, and some of the other big-name wide receivers in this class have, but he has all the potential in the world to be a number 1 weapon in the NFL and make an instant impact wherever he goes. Malik Nabers is a top 5 player in this draft, and I don't think he falls to pick number 9. Let me know what you guys think. I put a ton of work into the scouting report, and I have 2 more guys from LSU on the way. Brian Thomas Jr. might be my wide receiver 4. How close is he to Malik Nabers? Find out soon. Remember to hit that like button for me. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. And until next time, bear down.